CTK Youth, this is Matt. This is day 22 of the U Version Bible app entitled Motion X. It's day 22. I think I said that twice, but well, you got it. Day 22. There's 3 times. Here is a scripture from 1 Timothy 4:11-16. It says, "Teach these things and insist that everyone learn them. Don't let anyone think less of you because you are young. Be an example to all believers in what you say, in the way you live, in your love, your faith, and your purity. Until I get there, focus on reading the scriptures to the church, encouraging the believers, and teaching them. Do not neglect the spiritual gift you received through the prophecy spoken over you when the elders of the church lay their hands on you. Give your complete attention to these matters. Throw yourself into your tasks so that everyone will see your progress. Keep a close watch on how you live and on your teaching. Stay true to what is right for the sake of your own salvation and the salvation of those who hear you." This scripture is often quoted, and it's youth pastors or other people or say, hey, don't let anyone look down on you because you're young. And that's obviously wrong when we look down on people because they're young. But the emphasis of what Paul is speaking here is really not about whether people out there are judging you or looking at you unfairly and having expectations on you that are unfair and unreasonable, and then looking down on you because you don't meet those expectations. The emphasis of what Paul is saying here is on Timothy. Make sure your behavior is true to what God has called you to do, who God's called you to be as a pastor. Timothy was a young pastor. And when those people laid their hands on you and prayed for you and expressed a belief in your calling to go be the leader that God's calling you to be, Paul's putting the burden on Timothy, saying, Timothy, act like it. Make sure in every area of your life you don't give anyone an excuse to say, hey, look at that, or look at that. He's basically saying to Timothy, live an excellent life. And when we have that alignment between what we say and what we do, that creates effective ministry, and that creates power in our lives because what we're saying and what we're doing are lining up. What interrupts that often is pride, and pride has kind of 2 faces. One, it's the pride of looking too low at ourselves. We see ourselves as, because of what I've done, because of who I am, I always mess up, I can never be used by God. So we're looking down on ourselves. We're forgetting that God made us, created us in His image, and if we're a Christian, that He paid the blood of His Son to purchase us back and win our salvation. So we're forgetting about that great value when we're seeing ourselves as too low. The other face is seeing ourselves too high, and it's like the idea is that like a balloon being puffed up. We see ourselves as too high. We're just we don't need God. We got this. We're good to go. We don't need to depend on God. So both those are dangerous, and the balance is living a life that's clear on obedience to God, but also being true to who God's called us to be. So have a great week, and we'll look forward to talking to you next time. Bye.